Alright, so ALS they finally updated. So let's check the new updates. So we have three new units, which is Granolo, a Mythic, Galaxy Ranger, and Evolution, nice, and Godly Rework. And then Lord Frieza is an extreme boost now. Fuse, okay, oh wow, okay. So he dropped from Raid, nice. Oh, he dropped from Abyssal Raid, okay, nice. Okay, and then a lot of stuff. Anyway, so the first thing I want to see is Jiren. What do I need to evolve him? Celestial Rock. Okay, it's from Raid. Okay. Well, I have my ult in here right now. But before that, let me just make sure again. Broly. Before I continue with the video, I would like to remind that only 1.1% of the viewer that are currently watching the video are subscribed. So, if you want to support the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot. And yeah, back to the video. Oh, he does not have an evolution. Is that an extreme boost? Okay. Oh wait, do like most of the items just drop from the raid shop now? A Zine token. Okay, it actually does. It's all from what's it called? The token. Okay. Anyway, so I have Celestial Rock. This is for Jiren. Granolo. This is for Granolo. And then God Earring. This is for Vegeta. This is Vegeta Ultra Ego. And then Broly. And then this is for Frieza. Alright. And then a lot of stuff. Alright. Before that, let me claim all my stuff. And again, let me check the extreme boost. I'm broke. Well, I have this at least. So I just need this to get Broly. Okay. Wait. Vegeta. Oh yeah. Okay. So I need this for Vegeta. Oh, he has Avatar. I need to fix that. Gogeta is not getting any evolution, sadly. Okay. Uh, how do you get this? I'm guessing from the Abyssal trial. Yes, you actually do. Okay, that is actually a lot. Wow. Extreme boost any 2 unit. Fuse 20 Celestial unit onto any Vegeta unit. Fuse 20 Celestial unit into Goku. Slay 20 boss. Deal 1000 critical damage with any unit. Cripple onto 1000 enemies. Weaken into 1000 enemies. Obtain 1000. Okay. Okay, let me move my alt account in here. And yeah, let's me do the raid and actually gain the unit. This is the new frozen planet. You get this thing right here, this normal. So it's weakened and crippled, right? Okay, that shouldn't be that hard to find. Alright, so this is the map. It's oh my god, this map is nothing. There's literally nothing on the map. Okay, anyway. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 hill. Oh, there's actually a lot more. Anyway. Ego Vegeta. I almost have 12k. Holy shoot. So far oh wow, that is fast. Oh my god. Okay, next one is Vegeta. God. Vegito. Fuse Warrior Blue, there you go. We need glitch on him. Oh! Okay, let's keep that for now. Let's move on to Frieza now. Alright, yeah, Black Frieza, there you go. Oh, we're nearing 10k. Oh, bro, near 10k. Okay, let's get Vegito now. And claim everything. There you go. Alright, now roll the stat on them first before we roll. Alright, time to evolve him. They turn into water, okay. Time to roll trade on the glitch. Come on, we need glitch on them. Alright, let's stop at 7.5k and just do Pearl now. I'm gonna try a roll on my own.
Bro, you do it, you do it, you do it, you do it.
Bro, you gave up? You gave up. Oh no. Oh! Ooh! Damn! It's been a while since I've seen a glorious. It's been a while! Oh! Oh! It's been a while! 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 Oh, I'll take that. Ooh, okay, okay. Not bad. It's been a while. It's been a while. Almost around 8k. We started. We're nearing the 7k. Oh my god, bro. From 12k to 7k, that's like 5,000 rerolls spent on just one glitch and 2 avatar. God, man. This guy just... Oh, finally. Finally. Oh my god. I still got it in me. I still got it in me. Oh, I still got it in me. Oh, everyone did glorious this glitch. Thank God. Oh, mashallah. Thank you so much, Allah. Well, time to do a showcase now. Might as well, while Raf is here. Alright, everybody. So, I just finished grinding the update. I have every unit now from this update. Like, evolved as well. So, might as well claim all this stuff. Free stuff. Anyway, so this is all of like the main unit from the update. Now, of course, there are still 2 characters missing here, if you have noticed. Which is the Galaxy Ranger guy. And also Granolo, which is from the raid. But 2 of them is not really important because these 6 characters are the main focus of the update. Now I have all of them maxed out, level 85 with a good to decent trade. Now I got 2 of them with Avatar, but I have a reason why I have 2 of them with Avatar. Okay, I'll explain it later. So for the first showcase, I'm do the main character, like the main character that I recommend getting, which is this guy. Of course, Vegeta Blue, Broly, Jiren, and Vegeta. So yeah, let's do a showcase on what's his name? Goku Blue first. Okay. So let's go to the Abandoned Cathedral map. Actually, let's try out the Babylon map instead. Nah, let's just go to Abandoned Cathedral. I like the map a lot more. Anyway. So let's do the showcase now. Now the grind is actually not that bad. Compared to all of the other Abyssal trial, this Abyssal trial is the easiest Abyssal trial. Because you just need to play raid, that's it. You just need to play raid and do a couple of, extreme boost stage, and that's it. So let me place down both of my farm real quick. Actually, he costs 700 to place down. Now, he has no skill tree, so that's one thing. Because I don't really have time currently. But anyway, so Goku and Vegeta Blue. They will cost 700 to place down, and he has Glitch and Glorious, of course. And he will start out with around 600,000 damage, which is terrible. 42 range, 1.8 second SBA, and 80% crit chance. Now this is kind of insane. So let's check his passive. He will start out with a passive called Double Trouble. Now, what I know about this unit is that it will be like the Super Sister. Well, where they will need to transform to actually go to the main unit. So, 50% base crit chance and 100% base crit damage. So you actually want to use crit damage built on him. Not crit damage, crit range actually. And then also every crit attack he will apply 1.5 damage and apply crippled. Okay, that's pretty decent. Anyway, so let's start upgrading him. Oh, my bad. Oh, let me turn on that effect actually. And okay, there you go. This is the attack. New attack called Solar Storm Barrage. Now you can see them doing like the attack together a little bit. Okay, nice. Both circle AoE. And he will also be a water element, just a reminder. 45,000. Final Kamehameha at upgrade 10 will turn it into a cone AoE. And then lastly, you'll get an ability at upgrade 12, which is maxed out, called Super Blue Fusion. Now, this is the ability that will transform them, just like the Super Sister. But the difference is that there's actually a requirement for you to use this ability. And the requirement is you need to be at least wave 15 plus, and the unit must have at least 100 kill, and he will also need to deal at least 10 billion damage. So if you'd actually try using the ability without actually meeting any of the requirement, I'll just put it to 5-second cooldown and the character won't transform. So while we wait for that to happen, let's actually try out a couple of the other units. So let's try out his other companion, which is Vegeta himself. Vegeta Ultra Ego Boosted, okay. He will not be a evolution unit, he will be a boosted. Now, he will start out, he will have Glorious and Glitch again, as always. No skill tree. And he will be dark, triple S everything again. He will start out with 9.5 million damage, 25 range, almost 5-second SPA, and he will cost 3,000 to place down. So, passive. He will start out with 2 passive immediately. The first one is called Dark Eco, which every 5 attack he will gain damage, range, and then every 30 seconds he will also deal 1.25 damage of his current damage in range and also apply pressure. But every 30 seconds he will gain plus 25% SPA for 10 seconds, which is Dark Ego. You can see the timer right on top of his head. Now, he will also have like an aura around him, which is called the Destructive Aura. You can see it by the circle, by the purple circle around him. And what that does is that when enemies are within the range, which is the circle, the tiny circle right here, it will inflict the enemies with a weak plasma that will deal 0.35 current damage, and then also the enemy will take 50% more crit damage. So he's also a support unit. So he's actually really good if you combine him with Vegeta himself, because Vegeta has a really high crit damage because of his passive and also really high crit rate. So let's start upgrading him. 4.5k, 6k, 9k, 13k, 20k. His first attack, his new attack is gonna be called Gatling Gun. Before that, let's actually see his animation. So let's let the enemy pass a little bit. Okay, that is the attack. Now let's see the Garlic Gun. It just changed the color. Okay, that's pretty alright. Okay. And you can see that his damage range and SPA is kind of like fluctuating up and down because of his passive. So let's continue. 75,000, 95,000. A new attack called the Dual Gallic Gun, which will turn it into a cone AoE. Now let's see the attack. Okay, It's just basically 2 line now. Also, another thing I realized just now about Vegeta, his SPA is really bad. It's really bad. It's to the point where I kind of considering using damage SPA built on him, but I don't think it'll change much anyway. 200,000, 250,000, and lastly 300,000. He doesn't have any ability and no extra passive as well. And he will max out at around 1.2 billion damage, 63 range, and 8.4 second SPA. Now, should you get Vegeta Evo? I would say no. I would say no, because he's too much of a hassle unit. He costs a lot, and he's only good for infinite from the looks of it. And you kind of need to combo him a lot, but he is a pretty decent support unit because of his destructive aura passive, which you can really combo well with Vegeta right here. So anyway, while we wait for him to actually gain 10 billion damage, which will took quite a while, let's move on to the next character, which will be Broly right here. So let's actually put Broly right here. So Broly, he will start out with 5,000 max skill tree, and as you can see the crit chance skill tree, he have glitch glorious again, and he will start out with almost 20 million damage, 46 range, and 5 second SPA. Now, if I remember correctly, before Broly got this boosted version, what he does is basically every wave he will increase his damage slowly, which will cap out. And for him, is the same thing. They don't really change that. He will gain 2% damage every wave after he plays down, which will cap at 100. Same thing with crit damage. And then once the cap is reached, he will increase his range by 20%, and he will also gain crippled effect permanently. That is his first passive, called Limitless Growth. And then his second passive is called Outnumbered, which will be when attacking 20 plus enemies, he will increase his crit chance by 5%, and it will cap out at 15%. And then once the cap is reached, he will keep the buff for 3 crit attack. So what this means is that the buff will stay there until he hit 3 more critical attack. And then after he hit this, it will reset the buff and reset the cycle. Now what the buff that will reset is just the crit chance buff. It doesn't reset the damage and crit damage. It just reset the crit chance, that's it. So let's start upgrading him. He's pretty simple so far. And you can see his damage going up slowly. And in total, you will need 50 waves to actually max out his Limitless Growth passive. New attack called the Giant Catastrophe, which will turn him into a full AoE finally. And then let's keep upgrading him. His damage is pretty good, but his SPA is kind of bad, man. But then again, you kind of want him to attack quite slowly so he can build up the Outnumbered ability, which only activated if there's 20 plus enemies that is in his range. And then Perish. And then lastly, he will max out at around 1.8 billion damage with 35% passive buff, 90 range, 10 second SPA. Now you can see that the SPA is kind of bad, but at the same time, this is a DBZ character. You gotta remind yourself, okay? Alright, 60 billion damage. Okay, we can actually... Oh, before that, let me go back to Broly. Should you get Broly? Again, same thing with Vegeta in my opinion. Only get him for infinite. For progressive, he's really expensive. That's one thing, okay? There's other characters that are nature and dark, same thing with Vegeta, that are better than him for progressive. Now let's go back to Vegeta. So let's use the ability, and they will combine, and he will turn into Bulgata Blue. There you go. So his stat will be, he's keep increasing damage, so around 700 million damage, 60 range, 3.7 second SPA. He will have 2 passive on placement. The first one is called the Fusion Polarity. Let me use this ability first, quick. Alright, so Fusion Polarity. Every 2 attack, he will deal 1.5 1.15 of his current damage and inflict cripple to all enemies in range, which is very good every 2 attacks. And every 5 attack, he will deal 1.25 current damage and inflict weaken and pressure to all enemies in range. So that is insane. So this guy already replaced Meliodas, okay? This guy already replaced Meliodas because he deal crippled, weaken, and pressure as well. And he has like 2 mini nukes as well. And his second passive is called Reality Fracture, which every attack he will gain 2% damage, and it will cap out at 20%. There you go. And then once the cap is reached, he will deal 1-time damage. So he will basically do his current damage to his entire range. And then he will also apply plasma, and it will also reset the buff. It will reset the damage buff, and then each time the cap is reached, it will increase the damage multiplier by 0.25, and then it will cap out at 1.25 multiplier. So let's start upgrading him. 50,000. He is expensive. 50,000, 50,000. Let me just make sure. 50,000, 55,000, 60,000, 100,000 for a new tech called the Soul Punisher. Okay. His SPA is also kind of bad, sadly, but it is what it is. New attack called Spirit Finisher, and lastly, Final Energy Beam. He will cost almost $2 million. He will cost almost $2 million in total. And his first ability is called the Spirit Finisher. Upon activation, he will target the strongest enemies on the map and remove 75% of its current HP and deal 500 billion damage to the remaining enemies on the map. So that is basically insanely good. So let's use this ability. There's no animation, but you can see that the boss damage, the boss HP is immediately go down by a lot. Next is called the Final Energy Beam, which will be, upon activation, it will deal 2,500 times of his current damage and apply plasma and weaken to all enemies on the map. So yeah. Oh, this one has a animation. That is very nice. Okay, that is kind of cool. So that is Bulgata. Again, another infinite unit. You will never be able to actually use this guy in progressive mode because of the requirement of his first ability to transform in the first place. Now, just to make sure, let me place down all of the other ones just to make sure how much they cost to max out. So Broly will cost around 1.3 million to max out. That's Broly. And then for Vegeta, he will cost around 1.18 million. And then for Bulgata, now the one in this one, it only takes into account his current form. It doesn't take into account his previous form. He will cost around almost $2 million to max out. So now let's showcase the last character, which is Jiren. Now let's tell everyone and place Jiren down. Now Jiren, Glitch Glorious, max skill tree, crit range, and he will have 2 passive at start. The first one is called Overheat, and he will have a rage bar as well. When Jiren misses a crit, it will increase his overheat bar by 10, and at 50, he will deal 2.5 times of his current damage to all enemies in range and apply Blaze, and at maxed out, he will deal 5 times of his current damage to all enemies in range and apply Blaze and Burn. And he will also gain 15% damage and range for 15 seconds. And then on his second passive is called Meditation. Now let me place down all my other units at the back for defense. Let me max them out. Alright. So his second passive is called Meditation, and when Jiren maxed out his overheat stack, this passive will activate it, and what this passive does is that it will stun Jiren for 10 seconds. He'll reset the overheat bar back to 0, but he will gain 10% burst damage, minus 10% SPA, and plus 20% range until the overheat bar reach 50. And then each time this is activated, it will increase the damage gain after the stun by 5%. So if you max this out, he will basically plus 35% damage. So yeah, so let's start upgrading Jiren right now. Can I transform him right now? Nope. Anyway, that's Jiren. Overhit Magnetron, new attack. Also, another thing is his SPA is also pretty bad. So yeah. Overheat Blast, full AoE. Very nice. His range is very good, that's one thing. And he will max out at 1.8 billion damage, 90 range, almost 9-second SPA, and no ability as well. He's probably Jiren, and Bulgata Blue is probably the best unit from this update. Him, Bulgata Blue, and Broly. Now, let's actually do the showcase on the rest of the unit before I finish the video. But before that, I would like to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.